How many of you are interested in insurance and how it works? How many of you feel like it's a ripoff when, your insurance agent or your insurance broker doesn't get you? Well, I had an opportunity recently to sit down with my brother Micah Arnold, who's an accomplished American family insurance agent out of West Fargo, and to find out what makes him tick, what got him into the industry, and how he relates to customers in a way that is informative and also provides that one-on-one appeal to how he does his business and why he's so successful. If that seems interesting, then let's get into it. Enjoy the video. Got Micah Arnold over here with American Family Insurance. Mike is well accomplished, a well accomplished athlete, businessman, inventor. But today we want to focus on just your insurance side of the business. What was the thing that influenced you most to start this business?
I would have to go back to wanting to be my own boss, but wanting to have that freedom and wanting to do something that is going to pay me fairly well, and also to be able to help people. And that's something that kind of put all those things together, and you wind up being just a certain pool of jobs you can do where you can be your own boss and help people out and stuff like that. So that's what brought me into insurance. And I started working for somebody else because I also wanted to coach football and be involved in the community at the same time. Doing that, I worked for an insurance company doing life insurance prior to American Family, and it was more of a, hey, how you doing? I give you your benefits and talk to you about that, and then, allow you to get more, or at that time, and then I never see you again.
Right.
And, for me, it was not, I don't want to just boom, 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 bam, bam, now I'll never see you. So I wanted to make sure to develop a relationship with my clients and let them know that, hey, you can depend on me if something happens. I treat all my clients as if I treat you as I want to be treated. Somebody, as you know, I was in the Hall of Fame this weekend. People emailing me about stuff that they needed on, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, even today as we were driving back. So,
right.
It's just a part of the thing that, I always say that, stuff doesn't happen Monday through Friday, from 9 to 5 when you're open. It happens after hours and the weekends. How many people do you see, oh, we're just gonna leave work and go buy a vehicle?
Right.
Or, something happened to the house or anything. It's never on time or during work or, when you're there.
It's never convenient.
Exactly. So it's our job. That's the suit that you put on, to help people out. So it's your job to be there when they need you most. So.
Excellent, man. Great insight. When did you realize that you could be successful at the insurance business?
I'd have to go back to, being in a new community, a new place, and learning a new different culture.
By that, you have to give a little bit of history. By that, what do you mean?
Well, I'm from Los Angeles originally, big city living, and I come to Fargo, North Dakota, where it snows, different climate, different ethnicities,
right,
for a lot of people, predominantly Caucasian,
right, and
just making sure that you're getting in without losing yourself as far as who you are. You want to still always be yourself, but make sure to let people know, hey, I'm just as cool as the next guy, or just as good. You can depend on me just as well, if not better. But you really have to entrench yourself into the community and let people learn about you, so you're not judged by who you are, but what you do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So as soon as I was able to get past those hurdles, and people knew me and got a chance to find out who I was and what I brought to the table, then it was just a matter of tackling that, and then success just can come by just doing what you do every day on a daily basis. So that's when I knew, hey, I know I can be good at this. I know it's what I was looking for as far as the freedom, helping people, and doing that. And when you're able to help a family out, and somebody has, as I mentioned earlier, somebody has life insurance and something happens to them unexpectedly, and being able to give them a check because their husband or their wife is gone, now they can go on and not have to sell their house, not have to live in poverty, not have to do this, do that, not have to work 2 jobs, because 9 times out of 10, if the breadwinner, sometimes the breadwinner, it's not like the other person is going to be able to go and get a job to make double the income.
Right.
So you really change lives. It's your job is so important that you protect the well-being of a family's dreams, a family's start, their finish, their end game. Like, you're responsible for, holding all that together. And once you're able to apply that to each individual person, then you know you're going to be successful, because you're able to do that and let them see, like, hey, this is what you got. This is what you worked so hard for.
Right.
This is what I'm going to do for you. I want to make sure you're protected for all this stuff.
Right,
So,
right.
I mean, it's not a gimmick. It's not something that, hey, I'm doing this for the money, but it's just like, something that you enjoy doing. And it's something that you realize how much the impact is that you have with each individual family or person or community. And it just keeps you kind of going. So.
I mean, it's interesting that you say that, because a lot of times, even I'm guilty of this, when my insurance person calls me for life insurance or any ancillary insurance outside of auto or home, and now I'm a business owner outside of business, general liability. It's like, I'm gonna have to have this conversation. It's just not a conversation you always want to have. It's necessary.
Right.
So I know that trust is something that's built up over time. How does that trust factor with the automobile industry, and automobile insurance and housing insurance, help you on the other side?
Well, you have to earn anybody's trust to do business with them, because what's gonna insurance company A, B, C, and D are all gonna pay for your loss in some capacity.
Right.
Now, some people's claims are better than others. You may get your money faster with others. You may be in the military, so you go to the military people, but everybody's gonna pay for your insurance. But at the end of the day, people are buying you. They're like, hey, Mike is my guy. You know what I mean? I can call him up and I get anything done. And that's how you develop the trust, because, like I said, it's not just during business hours. It's like, man, this guy really cares. This guy's really treating me like this guy's calling me on my birthday. He's not just calling me to say, hey, your bill's due. But he may get a call and it's like, oh man, hey, how you doing? It's Micah Arnold Jr. I just want to give you a call and say happy birthday today. How's everything going? Oh wow, I've been doing good. Now you're sparking up because it's a positive contact. Right. So that's how you build that trust. You want to have those positive contacts. You want to make sure that you're letting people know, hey, your bill's going up, or this is why, and let's see what we can do to manage some of these things. But if you take a look back at why auto insurance is important, why home insurance is important, it's obviously you have to have those to be on the road or to buy a house and stuff like that. And you just put it in the context where people can understand. Because a lot of people don't understand where it comes from. They're mad, oh, my insurance is up $5, $10. What month? What's going on? Well, then you ask them, hey, well, how much do you think you would put aside yourself, if you were self-insured, to make sure that your car is cool, that you just bought that 2019, 2020 car is worth $30,000. So if something happens to that car, you have another $30,000 in the bank to either buy a new one, or you can fix it on your own. So maybe it's a small accident for like $8,000, $5,000. Okay, well, you got that in the bank, you can fix that. But now you're like, okay, well, I gotta pay for the other person's car too. Maybe you totaled that car, so now you gotta pay another $20,000 or $30,000 for the other vehicle.
Maybe there's an injury.
So, and then maybe you hit some property. Maybe there's a light pole that you hit, and that's another, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that there's definitely a lot of liability that goes into that. And when people look at that, like, okay, well, paying, $50, $60 a month or $40 or whatever is not really that bad because of what you guys are taking on for me. I mean, you're willing, if they have an umbrella, you're willing to put up to like $1 million plus whatever their auto liability is. In any case, something happens to me, you're willing to pay $1.2 million or $1.5 million on my behalf at any time if I do something or something happens. You could be driving along the road and somebody doesn't have insurance, which often happens. Now you got to pay for everything on your own. So when people look at it like that, like, oh man, well, I guess I maybe would pay, and they always say like, oh, I would pay like $100, $200. I just put it in my bank account and I won't be wasting any money on insurance and nothing happens. I'm a great driver. Okay, well, how many months and how many years is it going to take for you to put that $200 up, you know what I mean, to get to where you got to be the $30,000-$40,000 to the 1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then do the same thing with the home. I mean, if you say, okay, well, your homeowner's insurance is $1,000 a year, or $1,200 or $2,000. All right, well, save that money, put $2,000 in the bank every year. How long do you have to do that? And if your house burns all the way down, you want us to pay $200,000, $300,000, $400,000
right.
to replace that, which is what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? So the thing is, like, how much money would you put aside for yourself to make sure that that's taken care of? And a lot of people would like, oh, well, I put a lot more of that.
Right.
So then they understand the risk that the insurance companies take when they're actually paying their insurance, and kind of understand what it's for. And a lot of insurance is educating your customers is kind of what, you know, what brings it all together, because now they know what is actually being covered, what's not covered, what I need to do to get this covered, so that if anything happens, it's not coming out of my pocket, because that's what I pay insurance for. So that's
cool. I mean, a lot of business owners will have like an aha moment, but it sounds like you cultivated that through several aha moments. Like, okay, I'm selling this life insurance. I'm seeing how this affected one individual, or how this individual did not go down this path, and unfortunately, you know, suffered a little bit because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like that shaped the way that you do business, and, you know, being true to yourself and your personality, because I know the fact that you're really outgoing, gregarious, but, you know, really understanding, and you listen to people, right? That communication piece is really, really big in any aspect of life, but especially when you're talking about exchanging of goods and services. So that's amazing, man. I appreciate your time. I want to say that you can find Micah in North Dakota. Plug your address.
Our office is number 701-241-7600. We're located in West Fargo, North Dakota, 3243 Oak Ridge Loop East. Feel free to email me if you have any questions, even if we're not your insurance person. You can always help out. I'm licensed in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Missouri, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Oregon, Arizona, and California too. So yeah, that's where we're at, and a little bit of Ohio as well.
Well, the bottom line is the man knows insurance, he knows people, and we're happy that you were able to join us today. We're going to link all of his information in the description below. So please feel free to comment. Please feel free to email him or myself. If you have any follow-up questions, we could get together and, you know, maybe answer some stuff. Or if you like to see more videos like this, please let us know. Give us that thumbs up and subscribe, because we're going to have videos like this going out every week. I appreciate you sitting down with us. We just got out of the vehicles from South Dakota for the ceremony, and I know we want to get home and eat, but really appreciate you taking the time. All right, till next time.